Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing on this frigid? We're stuck in a frozen tundra here, guys, in South Jersey. Temperatures feel below zero here. It's just ungodly cold out. So anyway, I'm doing this in my bedroom. I didn't even do it in the garage. But I wanted to do a video on feather sticking. This simply is, as Scab would say it, I am a novice at best. Well, actually, I put myself down a little bit on that statement because I've been camping and I've done fire tasks many times before, but I am not a professional, okay? So let's put that out there. But before I did this video, I had a log, and what you want to do is, if you're in the bush or if you're in the woods, you want to baton. You want to baton a couple of pieces of wood that are manageable. And when I say manageable, I mean thin, just thin pieces of wood like this. I just batoned a couple of pieces of wood to where they're, kind of thin, whatever it may be. I like them like this. I like them kind of thin like that. So after you baton with your knife and you have everything all batoned, or if you don't have to use a knife to do your batoning in the bush, if you want to get it done quick and you want to get some pieces batoned quickly, pull out your axe. Pull out your axe. That's what it's really for. Baton with your axe. You'll split up a couple nice pieces of wood really, really quick. You'll get it to the size you need. You'll get everything almost perfect than trying to struggle with a knife out there. You do not need to baton with your knife. So that's just a thing. That's just something I'm telling you. Secondly, when you're starting out feather sticking, don't use a full flat knife, okay? Use a Scandi in the beginning, because Scandis, they tend to dig in just a little bit deeper, and you can really feel that knife going into that wood, and you can really get that purchase on that knife, okay? Most importantly, once you have your pieces cut to size, you only need a couple pieces for your kindling or for your feather, for your feathers. You only need a couple pieces and you could get a lot of feathers if you're doing it right. So what you want to do is, how I do it is, most importantly, let's put this piece aside. We're not going to use this right now. I'm just going to start with this piece here, okay? That's all you need. A little piece of wood, thin piece of wood, okay? Round pieces, when you're trying to feather with a round piece, it doesn't seem to work as well. You really have to have skills to really get that piece started with a round piece. So get a piece that has, hard angles on it. You got all these hard angles on that. So start with a corner. Grab yourself a nice corner, look at the wood, and see if it's a straight corner. It don't have no knots. You don't want no knots in it because you're going to get hung up as you're feathering. It's going to stop you. And it's going to piss you off because as you come up, you're going to keep getting stopped, and things are going to interrupt you from getting a nice feather. When you feather, you want to start as high as the top as you can start, as high as the top as you could get, and you want to go as low as you can get. So when you start, you got your knife here. You want to feather down all the way to the end, come back up, down and up, down and up, down and up. You want the complete length of the wood, of the piece of material you are working with. So I'm going to demonstrate how I like to feather. Control, ladies and gentlemen, is another huge thing. You wouldn't realize it. How are you holding that piece of wood, okay? You have to make sure you got a good purchase on that piece of wood, right? You got it, you're holding it, you're gripping it up top here. You're gripping that wood, and you got a good purchase on it. Now that you got your good purchase on the wood, then what you do is you just find that angle, that corner that doesn't have any knots, or it's going to hold you up or hang you up, you know? You're going to get hung up once in a while, and then you just kind of force through it and break it off and continue on. But I hold my feather stick like this. On the top here, I get the purchase here, a good purchase. Now, I normally have gloves on. Then what I do is I start from the top where my hand is basically way up here. I want to be way up here. And I want to come all the way down as far as I could go. As far as I could go. And let's see what kind of feathers we get doing it that way. So let's see what happens. It's all trial by error. It is a learning curve. You're going to learn this. You're not going to get it the first shot out. You're not going to make the perfect curls just like that. It's not going to happen. This takes practice. So let's try and see how I could feather. I'm holding the stick here. Now, this was already batoned, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start from the top, and I'm just going to lightly. You don't want to have a lot of pressure. You want to have enough pressure to dig into that wood. So I just want to slowly, it'll catch. You'll see. You'll find that area. See it? I'm finding it. You got to find it. See? Move your stick around. Come back up top. That's where you want to be. See how I'm all the way up top there? Then I come down to the bottom, and I didn't like that area, so I cut it off there. I'm trying to make a smooth path. I'm trying to make that path nice and even. Nice and even. Now, this isn't a very even piece, but you will quickly see the feathers that I am getting. Okay? Start at the top. And if you're not feeling it with this angle here, move your stick around slightly. Slightly move it. And then you get it there, and you keep going. Nice even passes all the way down your stick. All the way down. And then eventually, it will get all smoothed out. And your feathering will then become a lot easier. And your feathers will be fantastic. Just light passes. Just want to show you quickly what we're looking at here. Just want to show you what we're dealing with. You'll get feathers like that. Now, they're still not excellent feathers. Don't struggle with your piece of wood. It's got to even itself out, ladies and gentlemen. It's got to, you can't have, let me show you. See how I'm getting a nice piece? It's going real straight. I'm getting it all evened out. That piece of wood, just keep working that angle all the way. You could move your wood. Let me try and keep showing you a little bit more. You got your stick. Here it is. And you could move. See? You can move. If you don't like this angle here, slightly turn it to this angle, and then you might get a better feather. See? See how I'm moving that stick? If I don't like the feathers I'm going down this way, I move it. And then I may get better feathers. It just takes a little time and a little patience. But you don't want to kill yourself. That's the last thing you want to do out there is kill yourself. You don't want to struggle for the feathers. You don't want to struggle to get feathers. And before you know it, you'll have just wonderful feathers. But you have to take your time. You have to take your time. Now, let me quickly mention, too, that this was not the most ideal wood either, okay? If you really have good wood, guys, your feather sticking becomes phenomenal. Hard woods are not the easiest to feather stick with. You will get very frustrated. So if you have a hardwood, it's really going to take a lot to get that feather going. You know what I mean? When you're looking around out there in the woods, guys, there's plenty of stuff. There's plenty to look for. There's plenty of options. But you want to have control of the wood. You want to hold it here, a grip up top. You want a Scandi ground knife to start with, in my opinion, okay? Because it digs. That Scandi knife is going to dig. And like I said, it's just nice, slow passes. Slow. See how that feather that came right off there? Look at that. See how thin? Look how thin that is. Just one swipe all the way from the top to the bottom. Now, you could break that up in your hand, too. When you're done feathering, after you have your pile of feathers, right? There's your pile of feathers. You could mince this up in your hands like this. Take it in your hands. It'll ignite better. Break it up. Roll it and break it all up roll it in your hands like this. Look how small all those shavings are becoming. Look how small them shavings are becoming. Now, once you take your fire rod to this nest, it's going to light almost immediately. Almost immediately it's going to light, ladies and gentlemen. Just take your time with your wood. Control. Hold it. Hold it firm. And when you're feathering, start from the top. You want to go from the top to the bottom. So your feathers are nice and big. You got nice big feathers. A lot of people go like this. They dig in real deep and they go, look at them feathers. They show you the end of the stick and they go, look at the feathers. And all they did was just dig like deep gouges at the bottom of the stick, and they show you this and they go, look at the feathers it's making. That's not feather sticking, ladies and gentlemen. That is not feather sticking. Just gouging the wood like that at the bottom, putting gouges in it, deep gouges. That's not feather sticking. Feather sticking is when you got your knife all the way up here, you're holding it up here. You got purchase on it. You're starting at the top and you're going to start working it down. You want them nice big long feathers. That's what you want. That's what you want to see. You want to see those big feathers. You know what I mean? This is the kind of feathers you're looking for. You're looking for these real fine, thin curls. Real fine, thin curls. And then you could break them up, like I said, in your hand after you're done. After you've got your pile. Now, me just sitting here powwowing with you. Look at this pile I accumulated, not even trying. I'm in my bedroom. I'm not even trying, ladies and gentlemen. I have a handful of feathers. A beautiful handful of feathers. Now I'll crumple these in my hand and ignition will start a lot easier. Crumple it in your hand. Crumple it. I just want to show you these feathers. That's about it, guys. That's how I do it. That's how I was taught. You know, it's a learning curve. I will say that again. Don't get frustrated because in the beginning, you're not going to get the most perfect curls. You know what I mean? You're not. You're going to get frustrated. Why are you getting hung up? Why is your knife not going through the wood? There's a lot of things. You just have to play around with that wood until you find that certain area, that angle, and she'll start, and then you'll feel it, and then she becomes smooth when you're feathering. It'll all smooth out as you're going up and down. It'll smooth its way out. All right, guys. I hope that brought something to you. I hope that helped you just a little bit. If you took anything from that, that's what I wanted to do. If you could just take one little piece of that and that's it. That's it. Hoping I could help you guys. That's all I'm trying to do here. So, all right, guys. It's a cold one. Very cold one. Good day to talk about fires and lighting fires because it is cold out there. Feels like it's 0 degrees, they say, with the winds. So, guys, be good, be well, and be safe. Get out there and do some feather sticking. Practice on your skills. Take care, guys. Be good.